crossfaded, 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 crossfaded.
Casanova is well, what's going on? And that's Cass right there. What's going on is Casanova has allegedly been assaulted in a bloody prison altercation that took place at Essex County Correctional Facility in Newark, New Jersey, where he is currently incarcerated. According to NBC New York, the Brooklyn rapper was slashed. So yes, in the face. Because I didn't read this article. This is actually Hip Hop DX, but I read it in another place, and he was slashed in the face with an unknown weapon by another inmate, and this was just this past Thursday, and this resulted in him, along with the other inmate that was involved, both being severely injured. But of course, Cass has the $150 now, so that's his face now. When this man comes out of prison, we got to deal with seeing him with the slash across his face, and that's just so sad, man. Anthony Puglisi, who's the spokesperson for Essex County Correctional Facility, told the outlet this minor incident and whether weapons were employed is under investigation. This minor incident. Casanova's violent prison stabbing follows his recent pen letter to a judge as he prepares to be sentenced later this month for his alleged crimes as part of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang. So yeah, the gang affiliation, you know what I mean? Hoping for leniency from the legal system, Brooklyn rapper a vulnerable letter to Judge Philip Halpern this week ahead of his June 27th sentencing day. So he is sentenced today. In the emotional letter, which was obtained by All Hip Hop, Casanova renounced his ties to the Gorilla Stone Nation and admitted he had suicidal thoughts during his time behind bars. Casanova would go on and say, "I'm telling you and everyone that will listen that I wanted out before I was arrested, and I am out. I learned through my music career that people will listen, and that I don't need to associate myself with the gang to succeed. I don't need to associate with a gang even if I don't succeed." So that's Casanova leaving his 2 cents, talking to the judge and telling him, "Hey, I'm not involved in this no more." But bro, this is what I mean about hip hop being on trial. It's the only genre where your lyrics can be held against you. The only genre where you come out the box investigated heavily. You come out into the workforce, okay? Because the music is your workforce once you become an artist who has gotten a deal with a record label, and your peers are folks that are other rappers in music. You got label mates that are other rappers on your label. So you're in the workforce now once you get the deal. And these guys come out into the workforce, and guess what? The police are immediately investigating. The police are all over them. The FBI is all over them. It is real shit when you talking about being a rapper. It's, to quote, who said this? It could have been Lil Wayne. He said rapping is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. It shouldn't be that way, but that's how it is. It's a genre that's preyed upon by many white-owned and operated entities, and we're preyed upon in hip-hop because of how much money it makes, how profitable it is, okay? And then when you look historically at just Black creations and just Black art forms, they've always been raped and pillaged and preyed upon, and then you got us right in the heart of it, not knowing, the system and how the game works. You don't know, what your contract looks like. You don't know, that you signed away your masters. You don't know that, you can't leave the country, because your label said that you have to do shows in America and you can't do shows out the country. Elvis was subject to that by his contract. They told Elvis, you got to stay at the hotel down there in Vegas. You can't leave the hotel. They said you can go get cheeseburgers and shit like that. Because Elvis loved his cheeseburgers. When he was on his deathbed, he called it he would take his cheeseburgers and his medications, and he would call it I forgot what he had a name for it, that he would tell his helpers, and they go get his thing, and it'd be cheeseburgers and medication, cheeseburgers and drugs. So, but he couldn't leave the hotel. That's why that song, if you know that Elvis song, caught in a trap, do 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 do, I can't walk out, do do do. I'm gonna love you too much, baby. Yeah, he was caught in a trap. It was like in a luxury trap on the top floor of one of the most gorgeous casino hotels in Las Vegas. Like, his residency was a trap. He was trapped inside of his residency. If you don't know what residency is, that's when an artist like Wayne Newton is contracted to perform a certain amount of dates for a certain amount of time with a venue in Las Vegas. So yeah, he was caught in a trap, and these rappers be caught in traps that they don't even know, they don't even realize, and they're just death. They're subject to jail. Look at Casanova. People have probably forgotten about him because after he went to jail, we probably have somewhere around 115 more nigga rappers that have went to jail. This is facts. Once again, like the show says, why is hip hop on trial? We're gonna talk about it, but he's one of those that was on trial. And matter of fact, he what did it say? He get a sentence today, the 27th. So we got to check back in and see, what sentence he got, because they talking double digits for this man. For gang affiliations and for RICO charges, racketeering charges. If you don't know about the racketeering law, it was put into law to combat, and I'm sure Miss Pat knows about this, to combat the gangsters out of New York during the Al Capone and Bugsy Siegel and all of them, all through that era. That's what the racketeering, the RICO, charge was developed for them, for guys who were doing massive illegal business and illegal things abroad. So they had to put this law in the books to get a grip on all of those guys, something where they could kind of round them all up. Well, now today that law is used against us, and it's used against us frequently. Look at Young Thug, and what he's going through right now. Gunna, So, but we'll get to that. We're gonna get to that. But my prayers to Casanova and his family. Standing in front of the judge today with a fresh $150 on his face. Man, that's just terrible, man. Like, I hate to see that. I hate to hear that. Whenever I see the Stone moniker in a gang's name, it's usually like I've learned by experience that it's like an offset of the Black P Stone Nation. So, yeah, man, that's a gang that the government been gunning at, since the damn movement from the Black Panthers. I'm like, you a young 21st century nigga running around here with a gang that got the name of one of the most infamous gangs on the FBI's books. Like, man, shit.
Cross-faded, 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 cross-faded.